In our last episode, we tried to share with you what a typical day looks like for us now that we are living on a boat full-time. It is a mix of exploration, playing tourist, sailing, new faces, new places, boat maintenance, boat problems, personal maintenance, and experimenting in the kitchen. This week, we realized that the sun was setting on our time in the Bahamas as we get ready to explore the rest of the Caribbean. But first, we needed to fix the biggest problem that we've had on the boat so far before making our way to pick up our Patreon crew member who would help us with a couple of the longer passages coming up. This week has been a disaster for our water situation. We have our water maker and it has been making salt water ever since probably before NASA. It wasn't great. And so while we're in NASA, we had time to order a new water maker membrane and, get it through customs and do all of this stuff that takes so long when you're a cruiser in a foreign country. And we get it put in the water maker and it's still making salt water. So John took it apart 50 times, I swear, and still nothing. Couldn't diagnose it, couldn't, replaced every seal, changed the seals, rotated the seals, just absolutely everything he could think of. And we even tried our membrane in another water maker that's the same as ours. Katadyn has sent us a replacement membrane just because we were able to narrow it down to being a faulty membrane that was sent to us, which is so frustrating because it took weeks to get it before. So now we're stuck in Black Point in the Exumas because they have free reverse osmosis water on the land. So we're filling up our little 1-gallon jugs every day and bringing them back to the boat for drinking water, and we're using our salty water maker water for cooking and like showers and all of that. But some of our friends were coming from Nassau and they've totally saved our butts. They bought us 2 6-gallon water jugs from just the local, I think it's called Lightbourne Marine or something like that in Nassau. And they're ridiculously expensive because everything in the Bahamas is, but we needed to drink, and we can't even leave here with just 2 gallons of water, which is what we currently have storage for. And so they've just gotten here. They've just pulled up this morning and I can see them strapped to the side of the deck. So we're not only excited to see our friends, but these guys ran into town for us, grabbed them last minute, and they're saviors.
We've been waiting near Staniel Key for nearly 2 weeks now, waiting for our water maker parts to come. They finally came today. We've got a new pressure relief valve, new spool kit valve, it's just a shuttle, and a replacement membrane because the last one's faulty. So we also actually got a fun little toy, a little TDS meter, because I've been doing it by taste. But now we can actually test it and make sure that we get it accurate. And I'm going to see what we're making at the moment, and then we will see what we get to when we replace just the pressure relief valve and the spool kit. And then if we still don't get drinkable water, we'll put in our new membrane. See how we go.
The water currently sitting in our water tanks tested over 4,000 parts per million, a level that is much higher than the recommended amount of around or under 500 parts per million for drinking water. The next test was for the water coming directly from our water maker, and it came out at 3,600 parts per million, still far too high. And so out came the water maker again, this time to replace the spool valve and the pressure relief valve to see if that helped before opening the packaging and committing to using our new membrane. But with a TDS reading of over 3,900 after replacing the valves, we knew that the membrane must be the problem.
Now we should be making fresh water. New membrane in. Fingers crossed. $526. Water maker's in, Kelly's back after doing a video, and we're about to head out from Staniel down to
Great Inagua?
Great Nagua?
I think that's what it's called.
Great Nagua. We've got to be in the DR in 6 days to pick up Max. Zach. So we'll leave here today and we should be there at Nagua in 3 days, and then it's another 2 days. We'll stay overnight and get some rest there, and then it's 2 days to Luperon, where we're going to pick up Zach, and hopefully we can be there in time. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
It's going to be a good sail, so we're just going to head out the Staniel Key Cut. At the moment it's high tide, dropping down, so we'll have some mean current on the way out, but it'll pop us out nicely. Unfortunately it's wind against tide, so it's going to be a little bit steep and sharp and a bit grotty on the way out, but
Hopefully
once we're outside, hopefully it's smooth sailing all the way down. And we get to try the new rod and the new reel, and hopefully
Mahi.
pull in a mahi for dinner.
That's what I want.
That's what I want.
Still annoyed, lost our mahi. It's a little bit rough. We're going to be punching into it for 3 days, but we're going to get down to get Zach, so we don't really have a choice. It's yeah, it's okay. Wind's about 15 knots, a little bit more, and the sea's only little, so it could be a lot worse. I just wish that we had our nice easterlies. And Kelly's cooking, so that's another good thing.
It's a feast.
What are you making us?
I'm making that Mexican dish, the beans and corn and sweet potato one, because we've got lots of cans. And I used our last sweet potato.
Oh, it's so nice in there. I'm cold.
You're cold. I'm so hot. This is like the dungeon.
I want to go to bed.
I know, you get to go to bed after dinner.
We're heading to, where were we going? Great Nagua. Heading to Great Nagua from Staniel, and we didn't run out of steam. The weather was a little bit crappy. It was coming from the southeast and we were trying to go southeast, so we had to skip it. We pulled into Georgetown, rerouted our friend who's coming to visit, Zachariah, and now we're just hanging out in Georgetown until he gets here. So we're going to go up Monument Hill, check it out, watch the sunset.
It looks like Everest. Wow, what are these cool rock things in the sand?
I don't know.
They're like pictures. Ooh, I have a feeling. Navman says this is the way.
Where?
It doesn't look like a path, but it's up this way, and then we're going to take a ride up the ridge.
That's a scramble.
I have no professional climbing experience, but my instincts.
Oh my
say-
god, the no-see-ums are out already.
Are they? Get me
Yeah.
off this beach. ready to go down to Flip Flop Beach for social time with other cruisers. I guess music and lyrics. Some people that we met in the Berry Islands who were on a catamaran, they announced on the Cruisers Net this morning that they're going to be down there for drinks, and so we're going to bring the Beersby and the drone, and I'm going to bring my skim ball in case people are swimming, and we're going to bring a cooler of alcohol and just enjoy the evening. Put on lots of bug spray because we learned our lesson last night when we tried to catch the sunrise and got eaten alive. So just trying to get the Beersby out of the closet. Oh, there it is. What is this in here? Oh, perfect. The trouble is we need beer bottles. I hope someone's drinking beer out of bottles. We'll have to find out. Oh well. Da, da, da. I knew we should have traveled with the plastic bottles that came with it. Okay. We've got our Beersby poles, frisbee, drone in its case, and John's working on the bartending. Excuse me. Just gonna grab the skin ball somewhere over there. Are you pumped? Tell us you're pumped.
So pumped.
He's so pumped! Oh yeah, he's such a way with words. Anyway, so off to the beach.
Off to the beach!
1, 2, 3. Send me an angel, she's so beautiful. The way she moves, my love, it's so sensual. Whenever I see her, I lose complete control. I need her by my side to help me through the cold and lonely night.
The party slowly wound down as the sun was setting, but we were some of the last to leave, arriving home in the dark. And we couldn't resist sending the drone up one last time to show you the twinkling lights of the Georgetown anchorage at night.
She's the best a man can have, don't get me wrong.
Mornings in Georgetown were my favorite, beginning every day with a cup of tea and tuning into Channel 72 for Cruisers Net on the radio. From the excellent hosts to topics like boaters in need, weather, or announcements of boats arriving and departing, there was always something entertaining to listen to with that many boats in the nearby anchorages.
On the Great Gatsby. Thank you.
The Great Gatsby.
And congratulations to all the winners.
Seafood Play. Seafood Play, go ahead. This is Karen and Mark on Seafood Play. We're from
Seafood Play,
North
that's
Carolina,
cute.
and we have been
Seafood
here
Play.
for, 3 years ago and 6 years ago. All right, well, welcome back to Seafood Play. That's Karen and Mark from North Carolina. Other new arrivals today.
En passant.
En passant, go ahead.
Yeah, we arrived last night. We're from Quebec, and we have 3 kids on board. 7-month-old, 1-year-old, and 8-year-old.
Perfect for Sophie's
All right,
birthday.
that's en passant from Quebec.
to
They're both
go.
with 3 kids, a 4-year-old, 8-year-old, and a little baby. That's en passant. Welcome to you. Other arrivals today.
Though we were loving the people that we met, the beautiful calm anchorages in Georgetown, and the adorable route to get to the town dinghy dock, it was time to get the boat ready for our guest. And without much time to get acquainted or to spare for jet lag, our crew of 3 departed the Bahamas. Stay tuned for next week when our journey to the Dominican Republic, though starting out as an idyllic, stereotypical Bahamian sail, quickly turns into our worst sail so far. Yeah, welcome to the boat. Underway. It's terrible. It's so bad.